Today, we're going to be talking about every single one of Goku's transformations from the very beginning of OG Dragon Ball all the way until his latest transformation in the Dragon Ball Super manga, as well as his transformations in Dragon Ball GT. This video is going to put into perspective just how far Goku has come ever since we first started following his story, as well as explain the power scaling progress that went through this little Saiyan that grew up to become a living legend. Now, we obviously have the base form of Goku, which, well, we'll just name Form 0, as it's the default form Goku was introduced with in the series. Goku is a kid that, quite honestly, just seems stronger than average, right? Nothing way too insane. As after all, let's not forget that Goku was just a low-class Saiyan and not a high-ranking one. What he achieved through hard work and perseverance. Other than his exceptional athletic and physical capabilities, Goku also features a tail, which of course is not normal for humans, right? But we'll speak more about that later on. So now, let's get into the actual transformations, shall we? Starting from the first one, we've got the Great Ape transformation. You see, back when Goku still had his Saiyan tail, being at the moon would mean transforming into this giant Great Ape, also called Uzaru. He becomes 10 times stronger, and also becomes able to shoot powerful energy blasts from his mouth. But the problem is that Goku couldn't control himself in this form. He just straight up become a primal beast. After all, the monster responsible for Grandpa Gohan's death is Goku's Great Ape form. His tail was removed multiple times by multiple characters, but it always regrew, until finally Kami removed it permanently. Still, after drinking the Ultra Divine Water, kind of gained access to the power of his Great Ape form without actually transforming. His natural aura literally manifested as an image of the Great Ape in his fight against Piccolo. This was just the beginning, and each form we present, Goku gets stronger and stronger, and by the end of the video, well, you know the deal. Goku becomes capable of fighting and even defeating gods! Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's keep going. Now, Goku didn't really get any other transformations until the Saiyan saga. That's when he first used Kaioken. It was taught to him by King Kai, and it's not as much of a transformation as it is a technique that temporarily boosts Goku's power. When he uses it, his energy multiplies. His body glows with a red aura, and he gets way stronger and faster. It does put a ton of strain on his body, so he always has to be careful when using it. As for how it works, if Goku uses Kaioken times 2, it doubles his power. If he uses Kaioken times 10, it makes him 10 times stronger. The higher the multiplier, the bigger the power boost, but also the bigger the risk to his body. When Goku uses Kaioken times 4 against Vegeta, King Kai was straight tweaking because he knew that it was going to destroy Goku's body. Then, when Goku uses Kaioken times 20 during his fight with Frieza, it made him 20 times stronger, but it also completely wore out his body. Overall, there's no limit to how high he can go with the Kaioken. The highest Kaioken multiplier we see in the main story is times 20. However, in the Lord Slug movie, Goku uses Kaioken times 100. That's basically as much of a power-up as Super Saiyan 2, to be honest. But speaking of Super Saiyan, we've got the most iconic transformation in anime's history. Quite literally, no other transformation has had as much of cultural impact as first Super Saiyan transformation. Goku unlocks this form during his legendary fight with Frieza on planet Namek. It happens after Frieza kills Krillin. Goku is filled with so much rage and sadness that he snaps and transforms. In this form, hair turns golden, his eyes become green, and his power increases 50 times. He receives a massive boost in strength, speed, and agility. Plus, he also enjoys enhanced energy attacks like the Kamehameha, potency enough to easily destroy planets on impact. And if he powers up even more, his aura produces sparks of electricity. His personality also changes, in the sense that it becomes more serious, aggressive, and even a little bit cocky. Of course, this transformation uses up a lot of ki, at least in the beginning, but eventually, it just becomes a casual transformation. I mean, Goten and Trunks started flashing it at age 7 and 8. Next, we have a couple of upgrades that Goku goes through for gaining a full understanding of the Super Saiyan transformation. These include Super Saiyan Grade 2 and Super Saiyan Grade 3. Super Saiyan Grade 2 is basically a powered-up version of the regular Super Saiyan form. Goku unlocked this form while training with Gohan in the hyperbolic time chamber. It bulks up and looks stronger, but it uses way too much energy for it to be actually useful in fights. Super Saiyan Grade 3 is even more useless. It makes him look like an absolute unit, but it sacrifices speed for raw power. Goku also unlocked this while training with Gohan in the hyperbolic time chamber, but he immediately knew how trashy and pointless this form was, so it wasn't really used much in the end. He abandoned both Super Saiyan Grade 2 and Super Saiyan Grade 3 and decided to focus on perfecting the regular Super Saiyan form instead, because it had the best balance of power, speed, and energy control. He spent the rest of his time in the hyperbolic time chamber training to make this form as natural as his base state. state. And that brings us to Super Saiyan Full Power. This is what happens when Goku completely masters the basic Super Saiyan form. Goku learned to stay Super Saiyan during everyday life without wasting energy. He was able to fight against perfect Cell at his absolute best for as long as he needed without getting tired or worn out. Of course, after the perfected Super Saiyan state, we have Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 2 is the next level beyond the regular Super Saiyan, and it's twice as strong as the first form. That means it's a 100 times multiplier. It was Gohan who first used this transformation. Goku also achieved it while training the other world after the defeat of Cell. In this form, Goku's hair gets spikier, his muscles are more defined, his aura becomes super intense, and lightning starts sparking around him. I'd say that lightning effect is how you know it's Super Saiyan 2 over the regular Super Saiyan. This is the form Goku used against Vegeta in their legendary fight during the Buu Saga. That said, Goku already had a form that took things even further beyond Super Saiyan 2. We're talking about Super Saiyan 3. When Goku transforms into this form, his hair grows super long, but he loses his eyebrows. The thing about Super Saiyan 3 though is that it uses up an unreal amount of ki. So much so that if Goku hadn't died, he would have never achieved this form. That's right, the reason Goku was able to figure it out was because he had a constant, stable supply of unlimited ki in the other world. Naturally, that's not the case in the living world, which is why Goku only ever uses it for short periods of time. To put into perspective just how much of a burden it puts on his ki, let me point out that just transforming into Super Saiyan 3 against Majin Buu was enough to cut Goku's remaining time on Earth from hours to just 30 minutes. Still, this is Goku's strongest form in the original manga and anime. But now, if we move on to Dragon Ball Super, a whole new rabbit hole of techniques and transformations opens up. It starts with Super Saiyan God. Goku unlocked this form during the Battle of God Saga by performing a special ritual that required the ki of 5 other Super Saiyans. Once the ritual was complete, Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan God and became strong enough to actually fight Beerus, the god of destruction. What makes Super Saiyan God different isn't just the God ki or the insane power increase from previous transformations. It's also how different it looks compared to Goku's previous forms. Instead of becoming bulkier or more intense, Goku looks slimmer, younger, and more graceful. His hair and eyes turn bright red, and his aura looks like fiery red and orange flames. It also gives Goku faster recovery, better reflexes, and incredible control over his energy. God Ki allows him to sense other powerful beings, hide his own energy, and even absorb or cancel out enemy attacks. At first, the form had a time limit. Goku eventually loses it during his fight with Beerus, but even after losing the transformation, Goku held on to some of its power in his base form and kept fighting. Later, he learned how to fully access Super Saiyan God on his own without needing the ritual. Next is Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, or simply Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan Blue is what happened after Goku figured out how to take the power of Super Saiyan God and use it while also transforming into a Super Saiyan. This gave him a new form with blue hair, blue eyes, and a glowing blue aura. Naturally, it's also much stronger than Super Saiyan God and gives Goku more power while keeping his emotions under control. Though, one problem with Super Saiyan Blue is that it uses a lot of energy. In the manga, Goku can't maintain his full power for very long because it drains his stamina fast. This isn't as big of an issue in the anime, but it's still there. Now, in the manga, Goku used to manage this issue by switching between Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue during fights. But in the anime, he further increased his maximum strength by using the Great Ki to add Kaioken on top of it. Yes, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken is when Goku combines the Kaioken technique with his Super Saiyan Blue form, which is exactly what we'll describe now as our next form. Normally, Kaioken is very dangerous because it puts a lot of stress on the body, but in the anime, Super Saiyan Blue helps Goku control his energy and emotions better, which allows him to use Kaioken with less risk than usual. Goku first used this during his fight with Hit in the Tournament of Destroyers. He powered up to Kaioken times 10, but using Kaioken at such high levels still damaged his body. However, by the time of the Tournament of Power, Goku mastered Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken and was able to use Kaioken times 20 without hurting himself. In the manga, Goku uses this form as a stepping stone to finally achieve perfected Super Saiyan Blue. Is an advanced version of Super Saiyan Blue that Goku figures out during his fight with fused Zamasu. It's manga exclusive, and it's basically all about solving the stamina issue of Super Saiyan Blue. You see, Goku learns how to contain all of his energy inside his body by making sure that no ki leaks out of his body. If even a small amount of ki escapes, it causes him in pain. Let me tell you that if too much energy leaks out during this transformation, the form would become unstable and even explode, which would kill Goku, for better or for worse. This is Goku Goku's latest Super Saiyan transformation in Dragon Ball Super. But next, we have even better forms. We have the transformations associated with Ultra Instinct State of the Angels. Ultra Instinct Sign, also called Ultra Instinct Omen, is the first stage of Ultra Instinct. In this form, Goku's body moves and dodges attacks on its own without any kind of input from him whatsoever. He dodges and counterattacks without thinking, which makes him almost impossible to hit. In the anime, Goku unlocked this form after absorbing the energy of Team 7's Spirit Bomb during his fight with Jiren. The massive energy boost completely break past his limits. In the manga, he achieved it thanks to Master Roshi's words about improving his movements and letting go of his doubts. When Goku transforms into Ultra Instinct Sign, his hair becomes a bit wilder, his eyes turn silver, and his body is covered in a glowing silver aura. The downside is that Ultra Instinct Sign is unstable and hard for Goku to control. At first, it would only activate randomly and for a minute or two. Even as he started to use it more intentionally, like in his fight with Kefla, it wasn't complete. If we're talking about the complete version of Ultra Instinct, that would be the perfected Ultra Instinct state. By fully understanding Whis' teachings about acting without thinking and trusting his instinct, Goku transforms into the perfected Ultra Instinct state. His hair becomes silver, his eyes turn silver too, and the same goes for his aura. In this state, Goku's control over his energy is perfect. He can block or cancel out most energy-based attacks with ease, and unleash incredibly powerful counterattacks with perfect timing. In the manga, this form also makes Goku's body more durable. When weaker enemies try to hit him, they end up hurting themselves instead, because parts of his body strengthen automatically in response to attacks. For example, when Moro punched Goku, the one who cried out in pain was Moro. The power and reputation of this transformation is so great, Goku surpasses most of the gods of destruction. He becomes one of the strongest entities in the multiverse. However, when Goku first unlocked this form, he couldn't maintain it for long, and when the time limit ran out, Goku's body couldn't handle the energy, and he suffered severe damage, which left him helpless. Though, of course, after his training with Miras during the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga, after witnessing Miras sacrifice himself to stop Moro, Goku finally made the perfected Ultra Instinct state his own. He became able to activate and deactivate Ultra Instinct at will without any side effect. Ultimately, perfected Ultra Instinct is Goku's strongest form. It represents the very peak of his abilities. In the final battle against Moro, Goku also creates a massive energy avatar of himself to fight Moro's enlarged body. This giant avatar moved exactly like Goku and basically acted as an extension of his body, allowing him to fight on a much larger scale. Just goes to show you how versatile and broken this transformation can be. Now, this isn't all there is to Goku's Ultra Instinct transformations. There's also True Ultra Instinct. True Ultra Instinct, Goku's personal version of Ultra Instinct, where he uses his emotions in battle instead of staying completely calm and detached like in perfected Ultra Instinct. In the Granola the Survivor Saga, Goku realized that the detached mindset needed for perfected Ultra Instinct didn't suit him as well as Ultra Instinct Sign. This led him to create True Ultra Instinct, a version of Ultra Instinct Sign that allows him to channel his emotions and fighting spirit to boost his power. During his fight with Gas, this form even allowed Goku to surpass the power of his perfected Ultra Instinct. Currently in the manga, Goku's perfected Ultra Instinct is still his strongest form. Alright, now that we've talked about all the canon transformations, it's time to step a little into the glorious Dragon Ball GT territory. First, the Golden Great Ape. It happens when a Super Saiyan transforms into a Great Ape. That's right, this form combines the raw, primal strength of the Great Ape, the energy of the Super Saiyan state. Goku achieves this form during the Baby Saga after Old Kai helps him regrow his tail. Goku is completely out of control in this state, but he absolutely mauls Baby Vegeta. Eventually, Pan reconnects with Goku's self and helps him regain his self-control. And once Goku's mind clears, he evolves even further and transforms into Super Saiyan 4. In this form, Goku's body is covered in fur except for his chest and hands. His hair grows longer, turns black, and looks wilder. His eyes have golden irises with red markings around them. He becomes taller, more muscular, and his tail grows longer. His outfit changes to just pants, a sash, and blue wristbands. Or to put all this in simpler terms, drips the hell up. This form is exponentially more powerful than Super Saiyan 3, and it doesn't even drain energy the same way. It's so broken that it reverses the effects of the Black Star Dragon Balls and turns Goku back into an adult while he uses it. Finally, for Dragon Ball Super, when Goku fully breaks past the limits of Super Saiyan 4, he gains Super Saiyan 4 Full Power, an advanced version of the Super Saiyan 4 form, where Goku's power as a Super Saiyan 4 is pushed beyond its limits. This happens after Goku gathers energy from Gohan, Goten, Trunks, and Pan, and in this form, Goku completely overwhelms Golden Great Ape Baby baby Vegeta. And then, during the Shadow Dragon Saga, he humiliates Sin Shenron. It is the strongest Goku that ever was, until Dragon Ball Super came out. Now, there's also Super Full Power Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker from Super Dragon Ball Heroes. That's an advanced version of the Super Saiyan 4 form, achieved by breaking through one's limits using godly ki. His body becomes more muscular, and his eyes glow with intense power. This form significantly amplifies Goku's strength, speed, and overall abilities, rivaling the power of Super Saiyan Blue. The form incorporates godly ki, which then allows the user to fight on par with deities, other powerful enemies. Click on this video next, where I am ranking as well as explaining all 32 plus 1 fusions in Dragon Ball, including past as well as future fusions yet to appear. Go on, check it out!